Here we are looking at the new Teams feature. So I'm going to dive into Teams, and you'll notice here that I've archived some of my team members no longer with me. I've got an external collaborator, so we've got someone from Axos who might come in from time to time to help out. And my settings for the external collaborator look something like this. They've got very little in the way of permissions. They can only see the clients that they have work assigned to them on. So let's just go through the other types, the access types, right? So we've got full access to the org, its data, settings, teams, and billings. This is typically the owner. Typically, you only have one owner, or maybe you've got a partnership. You've got a couple of partners. You can have them both as owners. Then you're going to have your office admin, full access, can see all the public clients and private clients and work they are only assigned to, right, on private clients. And then finally, you've got your members, which you'll notice in my case, most of my team members are set as members. Only Annie is set as an admin. So let's go back to our team. We've got myself set as the owner. I've got a team, and Annie's got a team, right? Just so that you can see how the teams function. And then the other team members are all set to either Annie or my team, except for obviously Garithri, who's an outside collaborator. So this is working really well for those firms that take advantage of outsourcing operations. In our case, we do use Axos from time to time, mainly for super funds. So here we've got our two teams. Very easy. If you would come and add another team, you could do that. I don't think I need to add a team to show you how this works. And how are we adding people to teams? So let me just come to Holly. And in the case of Holly, we've got Holly as a member. So she's assigned to Team Andrew, but it's easy enough for me to change her assignment. Or she could be in both teams. There's no reason she can't. So I'll take her out of Andrew's team. Now she's in Team Annie, right? And here obviously you can change her access level. So maybe let's make her an admin as well. She's got a few more access permissions, and we save off on that. So now our member Holly is an admin. So we've got Holly as part of Annie's team, Andrew's team. Garithri's not in a team. Now let's jump over to our clients. And often it might be easiest to work at a client level, right? Sorry, at a client group level rather than a client level. So jumping over to the clients, you can see here that what I've done wrong is I've actually said that it's the individual instead of the team. So what I need to do is I need to strip out all these assignees. So the assignee I'm going to try to strip out is going to be Annie, right? So I've got Annie. So all of these are Annie's client groups. I'm going to remove Annie. So I'm going to remove a assignee. So take her out of the 15 groups. And then I'll put back, so the assignee Annie, let's do a batch back. So we should have removed assignee. So remove assignee from those groups. Okay, so I've lost all of those groups. Never mind. Let me do mine as well. So if I've got Andrew, all those groups, I will remove the assignees. So 15 groups removed. Now these ones actually shows Andrew as the team lead. But what I will do is I'll go any. So Team Andrew, we don't have any, but we've still got Andrew at an individual level. I'm going to strip those out. So I'm going to remove just myself in an individual level from all those. And there's some more, because obviously that was on another page. I should have set that to 500. So I'm going to remove myself from those 6 groups. And now I think we don't have anyone assigned to any groups. Now I'm just going to do this as part of a demo for you. So let me narrow this down to 5 pages. Let's do that to sort of 30 deep. How many pages have we got? We've got 3 pages. The first page I'm going to give to Andrew's team. Right. And then I'm going to go to the next page. So TA, Team Andrew. Next page. Let's go up and give these to, we're going to assign to Team Annie. Right, and then I think this is our final group. Oh no, those are all Team Annie. This one's a bit weird here. So we've got Anton in here still showing. Oh, it's a test group. But anyway, let me finish this off. We come to the last batch, and I'm going to assign those to Team Andrew. Right, now everyone's assigned in either a team or in a group. Now it might be that we said that Holly's in Team Annie, but let's just say that we also want Holly to work on this group, right? So let's assign a member in their individual capacity here. So let's put Holly in this group as well. Now you can see Holly's in this group as well. And this will then give those people visibility when they come into groups. They will be able to see the groups. And of course, because clients are within groups, the categorization of the teams flows down to that level. So you can see at an individual level who's in what group, right? This all comes into its own. This all comes into its own when you go to your dashboard, your forms dashboard, or any of the other dashboards, and you want to see who's working on what. So at this level, we come in here, we've got all our forms which have already been loaded in for the 2023 year, actually, believe it or not, because you can see here, if I filtered by form individual tax return, oh no, they haven't been loaded in. They haven't. Okay, sorry. I thought I had my 2020, my new ones. I thought that all, oh yeah, they are. Okay, so why didn't I see the individual? Let's go any. So just to show you that those forms are there, individual tax returns, maybe they haven't been loaded. It looks like the companies only have been loaded. Yes, 2023 companies are all in, right? So if you, and this is me on a QA system. So this is a QA system, you're not going to see your forms loaded. But certainly when it comes to those companies, now I can then see by the assignee team, Team Andrew versus Team Annie, and each team has their own set of forms. That filter is going to filter the same way when you work across to reports. So if you had reports in play, actually no, that's a lie. We don't have it yet so that you can filter reports. What about work? Let's go across to a work dashboard and let me see if we've got a filter yet. So great, yep. So if you've got work in progress, you want to know who's working on what, you want to filter it out, Andrew's team versus Annie's team, and you're going to get a separate set of works in progress based on who's assigned to what client group. And of course you can do the same thing with the clients. You can assign at a client level as well. So now let's go and see what this might mean in terms of if I would search for the Doe group. So we've got the Doe group, and in the Doe group we've got the clients associated with the Doe group. So these are all the clients in the Doe group. And you can see down the side, the team, this client group is associated with the Andrew team, but I guess there's some settings that are in place as a result. So you can see Lisa, who's actually in Annie's team, is also associated with this entity. So let's move Lisa out of this. So we'd have to do that at the individual level, settings, team, and let's take Lisa out of there. Okay. And we'll go back to the team, sorry, the client group. Now you can see I've cleaned that up, right? So this is really as much about putting people into the right team and then assigning the team, or doing it at an individual level, an individual team member level. So again, this is a lock to show that this is a private client. And you can see I'm associated with this at an individual level, but it doesn't really make any difference because I'm already in the team Andrew. So me and this team, Doesn't make any difference. Who else is here? Anton is there. Anton has actually been retired for this example, so I guess I better try to figure out if he has been retired. Probably he should be removed from having access as well, but he wouldn't be able to come into the Logic platform anyway because he has been archived. So again, you've got to fix that client at an individual level and teams. So we saw that this client, Lisa, was in there. We'll just remove Lisa. And again, you might have Garithri who you want to add into this team. You need to add her into help. So let's add Garithri in, who's an external participant, an outsourced worker from Axsource. I'll add her in, and now Garithri she's been manually assigned. Don't forget, I've only got 2 teammates, right? So I've only got myself and Lisa in the team, in my team generally. But in this case, what you're seeing is you're seeing Garithri, who's been manually assigned to help out, probably just on this particular job, right? Whatever the job's going to be. So you can see here as well that this client has public access rather than private. So you can see if you want private access only owners in the client team have access to the client work. Members without access can't see the client. So we really have a whole set of new capabilities in here with respect to managing and working with teams. And again, to show you where to go, across to teams, right? And this is where you manage your members, give them permissions, and put them into the different teams. And definitely, I think it's always going to be a whole lot easier when you're working with clients to have them in family groups, and then you simply associate the team with the family group, like you've just seen me do there, right?